It's your comments that came to haunt you. You said that. You said any idiot can go to court.
Any idiot can go to court. Those who don't understand it may have a problem with logic.
Okay, explain to us.
When they say that you have been taken to court, and so, and even before the matter is heard, you are declared to be guilty. That is the response you have to give. Going to court does not make you guilty. Somebody taking you to court doesn't make you guilty.
Of course.
So I said that any idiot can take you to court.
Okay.
But it is the judges who will decide whether the case is sensible or not. You understand? And that is the process we have in Ghana. Our laws indicate that any idiot can go to court.
Okay, so in this instance...
But there are people who are saying that when you say any idiot, the meaning is that those who go to court are idiots. They have problem with logic or English. You see? Because then if you want to understand, I don't want the logic lessons to detract us from this argument. When you say that any idiot can go to court, it doesn't mean that all those who go to court are idiots.
Are idiots, okay.
You understand?
Okay.
But there are people, for whatever reasons, are interpreting that statement to mean that all the people who go to court are idiots. They have problem with logic. You understand?
Okay.
So, because, fact be told, have you ever seen anybody trying to file a process in court and they say, because you are not wise, we will not accept your process?
No.
No. Have you ever seen anybody who wants to file a process and the court clerks will tell you that we believe that there is no merit in your case, so we won't file it? No.
Okay.
And in fact, those cases that are dismissed and the petitioners filed, it tells you that the judges believe that you brought a case without merit. You understand? Like this Wenchi High Court case. They told them, you yourself went and...
But the NDC has merit in its case. That's why the question keeps recurring, that
I'm saying
why won't you go to court?
Look, why do you think that people will be asking you that choose this method and don't choose this method? If I have to go to London,
because they feel that being on the streets cannot change anything. That's the concern.
That is their
That's what they feel.
But we have our case.
What does the NDC know that we do not know? Because we haven't seen any protest asking the EC to undo what they did.
I was part of the process that collapsed Achampon's government. And Nana Akufo-Addo was leading us.
So you intend to adopt the same style?
Why was Nana Akufo-Addo doing that in those days?
What did you do?
If he knew...
What did you do back then?
We demonstrated continuously.
For how long?
Until the government collapsed, because we thought the government was not correct and it was not doing the right things. So if after whatever, if this government insists that they are still holding on to these flawed election results and declaring themselves presidents of this nation, the protests will continue till the right thing is done, because we will not allow legitimate presidents to be running.
At least the little history I know is that a Champon government was overthrown by a coup, or is that not the case?
Yes.
Is that what you're calling for?
No, listen. There was indication outside that things are wrong. So those who could correct the things came in to correct it. It was a palace coup, like a president, what do you call it? Cabinet, which came together and said that, look, what you are doing is against the wishes of the people. So sign your resignation and announce that you have resigned. And Achampon resigned. That was it.
But the situation is not the same right now.
It is the same. If Nanado continues to be declaring
himself... He didn't declare himself as president, did he?
Then let us look at the figures.
But he did not declare himself as president.
We are saying that...
If you have an issue, you take it up with the EC.
He appointed the electoral commissioner.
You appointed Shalotose.
And we told him that, we told the whole nation, my first statement was that the purpose of this appointment is to make sure that Nanado retains power. Was that the same reason why you also appointed? Because I had worked with Jean Mensah, I knew then, and I still know her level of competence. And I didn't think that she was competent enough to handle elections in this country. And I said so. In those days, everything I have said has come to pass. Have you heard any chairperson of Electoral Commission, announcing results. The following morning, he said, I've made a mistake. You issue a statement. Another day, he comes to correct. Another day. More than 5 corrections of the same result.
Don't we have elections that do not have errors? We've heard Afarijan, for instance, say that elections, there are errors in every election.
Afarijan has never announced election results which he has subsequently come to correct. And what we are asking for, you see, if Charlotte say, excuse me,
Jean
Mensah had listened and followed the processes laid down by previous commissioners from 1992 to date, we would not be in this mess. When she started to abandon the peace-building mechanisms within our electoral process and we were talking, everybody was urging her on, and we said this will create a problem. You cannot abandon the IPAC process and hope to have peaceful elections at the end of it. You will make mistakes.
She abandoned the IPAC
Yes, she abandoned reduced IPAC into information, one-way information giving forum instead of a consensus-building forum. We complained about it. I stopped attending IPAC for, more than a year before the election.
Couldn't that be the reason why?
No, because I would not go there for the purpose of sharing ideas about how to proceed, and you come and impose things on me and get down there to announce in radio that this was the outcome of a meeting. I will not be part of it. So I told them that I cannot be part. And they abandoned the IPAC process. When she declared that she was not responsible for explaining to anybody about the work she does and so on. And Ghanaians were joking. This is what it has brought.
Okay, but so there was a question I was asking whether you describe these demonstrations as peaceful when you are burning ties amongst others. And there's another one, you can box the two together, where we are going to see your family members, leadership of the NDC.
That's
having
my
their
son.
families.
If you want him to come here, you come here. And the viewer...
This is not... Are we having a protest here?
Huh?
This is not a protest.
It says why my son is.
It says your family members are not joining a protest. So if you say he's here, we are not having a protest, are we? Is this a protest?
They are in the trenches. They are part of the process. One of my sons is in Techimai already for tomorrow's protest.
Okay.
So those who don't know my sons, how are they saying that my sons are not part of it? And this is one of them also standing here. He's also in the process. And let me tell you, this whole struggle is not about John Mahama becoming president. It's not about NDC ruling this country. It's about protecting the sovereignty of this nation and protecting our independence. So if anybody thinks that this is a protest, John Mahama's protest, so I don't care, let me stay behind, then you don't understand what is happening. Because you see, we are in a democracy. What is the difference between democracy and the other system, dictatorship and other system? Democracy, one of the biggest, defining characteristics of democracy is a people who have the right of self-determination. They choose their own leaders. And the right to choose your own leaders is an inalienable right. It marks the difference between democracy and dictatorship. In dictatorship, you have no right to choose your leaders. And the process of choosing leaders, the mechanism of choosing leaders, is free and fair elections. So when you have a democracy in which elections are being compromised, and you sit there thinking that this case is about John Mahama because he is a candidate, I'm not a candidate now. You are sacrificing your own sovereignty because if we allow this to stay, all that you are saying is that 30 million Ghanaians don't have the right to choose their president. It is Jim Mensah who can choose a president and impose on this country. If a democracy moves from elected leadership to selected leadership, then it is no longer a democracy.